add one, yeah.
Once the film is made and the story is told to people like myself and an audience, what happens next? I mean, what is the rippling effect that you've seen from presenting the story?
Well, we felt very strongly about the sweet spot of bringing these stories particularly to American young people. So we've worked very hard to create a distribution mechanism around these films that hits that target audience. So we have a distribution deal with Discovery Education, which is the largest distributor in the educational space, bringing our films to half the high school and middle schools in the country. We've built a Take Action campaign for each of the films. We're now beginning the work of creating really substantive curriculum guides for each of them. But you may be asking something a little less quantifiable. I think what happens when the lights come up after any one of these films with any age group. I think, you know, anecdotally, I had a screening out in California, and my host got up on the stage at the end and said, "No contribution is too small, and we welcome money." And she literally, we've never done that. We've never done that. I charge a lot of money to my friends. They come and they see a film, and then they write me another big check later when I ask them. We've never asked for donations on the spot. She comes up when it was over, and I had little notes written on pieces of the program saying, "Amazing film, email me if you want me to bring it to my kid's school. Here's $50, here's a $200 check." So people, I think we're all desperately in need of connecting with our world, all of us, not just children. And I think what inadvertently this has done is created an experience of sitting around the campfire telling stories that we've lost. We're all doing our thing alone. And I think it's resonated with people in that way, that it's not only connected us to each other in a very visceral way, but it's beginning to feel like we could be connected to the rest of the world. Does that answer? I could keep going. It has all kinds of great, my one favorite anecdote, by the way, is very early on, we took the African film to a very snooty boys' school about 3 blocks away from my apartment. And the head of the high school had invited us. It was a full auditorium to pubescent teenage boys on a Wednesday morning. And about halfway through, and a very emotional film, she ribs me as hard as she can. She says, "Would you look at the audience? Nobody's asleep." So, oh, that's a good day for me. Okay, and about 5 minutes later, at one of the real emotional crescendos, she ribs me again twice as hard. She says, "Holly, they're all now in tears. What you have here is gold." And I think it feels like that sometimes.
Looks like we've got one more.
So I'm going to piggyback off the question here. I probably don't need it, Aaron. If we go to BYKids.org, we can find out how we can help you guys, yes?
Yes.
Because we're not your friends. Maybe they're going to have dinner with you because you live far away to write you a check, but I can find out how I can support BYKids in the future, yes?
You can certainly, and I will give everybody the quick tutorial. When people say, "How can I help?" here's how you can really help. You can do a number of things. Money, we never turn down money, because the only way to make a $140,000 film is to spend $140,000. So we never turn away a check. There are some other really fundamental ways that you can help that you might not recognize. I bet between us all, everybody's traveled to a country and been exposed to a story, or even not by traveling, may have been exposed to a story that would, through an email, call me, say, "Did you know that there are, give me the next 80 million tribal people in India that are being held?" If any of you stumble on things like that, remind me, tell me. We have a story search committee that is as big as the world can be. Bringing these to the other half of the schools that Discovery doesn't hit is tremendous. If you want to reach out to me and offer to have a screening party at your house, if you want to do this again every year, I will make the commitment to come back out, have one of our kids come, have one of our mentors. There are a million ways to help, which is, sometimes you feel like the little engine that could. And it takes building an army of people that know what we're doing and call the people that run your school district and your county and your state and say, you know, this program is amazing. Let's get it into every school in Texas. That would be, let me put you guys on that job.
Well, Holly's going to stick around. She'll be out in the lobby a little bit if you want to talk to her some more. Let's take a minute and thank Susanna Poore for calling Holly to our attention, having her here today.
And her family, her wonderful family.
And kudos again to Anthony Pedoni for putting on this wonderful festival.